Hi Sagittarius, here's a general look at your solar chart for March 2011. Now it looks as though you're going to be pretty busy on the home patch, or the base of operations is going to be absolutely heaving with activity. Focus is going to be on maybe the domestic side of life or property matters. Also, a lot of involvement, a lot of productive in lively involvement with family or within the neighbourhood, within the locality. You may be wanting to improve things at home, and you'll tend to focus upon foundations, but also you'll have more of an emotional sensitivity to your emotional roots, your sense of belonging, and you're likely to have more interaction with others in family or tribe, where you can feel anchored, where you can feel it at home, or you're searching for that. Also within the local community, sort of like having lots of chatting going on over the back fence. I mean, there could be discussions about the home base, or a very sort of chatty time on the home base. It could even be a meeting place. And you also could be, going into other people's homes and being the visitor there as well, and enjoying that, really, I think, making good connections, and feeling very sociable, getting good feedback, hearing things you like to hear within the community, and there's likely to be more comings and goings as well. And you could be making also good connections with others over the wires. So from until the 10th, looks like a sociable time, right in your own backyard. Could be more speaking and writing necessary, to do with home matters, family, maybe bringing things into the home, taking things out of the home, but also from the 10th, that's a time when you can become more creatively self-expressive. Let the bird of creativity fly from the cage of your mind, and feeling more light-hearted and playful, your sense of humour being stimulated there, and the mental focus is going to be turning outwards towards more entertaining type activities, what you would call, more fun type activities. Also, your competitive side is likely to be stimulated as well. Excuse me. So, not necessarily in a deadly serious kind of a way. It's more playful or experimental. You could have more access to the chance for this creative, more sort of naughty or fun orientated side of you to come out, and also for some of you more increased contact with children or animals. On the 9th and the 10th, sometime there you may be on the edge of your seat, but amazed at a sudden development. So watch that space. Venus is in your communications sector, helping you to be more articulate and persuasive, making good connections with others, smoothing the path, maybe helping to iron out any differences with others. Mars in this quite emotional area of your chart can mean that feelings run high sometimes. So this kind of offsets that energy. Venus here allows you to kind of step back from getting too kind of wound up, and just, bury the hatchet sort of thing. This is very good news as well for arty Sagittarians. Venus's presence here will enliven your creativity, and your ability will flow more. Also good for any situation where you're buying, selling, negotiating, anything to do with diplomacy or promotions. Things are likely to be pretty active, as I say, right in your own backyard. Physical effort goes into getting things done. There may be some DIY home improvements going on, tasks related to projects that you're doing at home, or just, in your surroundings. So that could be in the garden sort of thing as well. And because you'd be wanting to improve things, and of course all of this is adding to your sense of security. If it's about property matters, then again, don't wait for others to get around to you. You be the one that's knocking on somebody's door to get some action there. However, you could be feeling a little bit extra sensitive at times, and there may be something bugging you, which is in the private area of your life. Could be around a family member, or to do with extended family, friends. But however it is, you tend to have less patience. You tend to have less tolerance for an apathetic response, or indecisiveness, or lethargy. You want to get things done, and you want to get them done now. So whether it's within the home, or whether it's to get yourself the right sort of home, whatever it is, this can be a very productive time. And of course you could be physically shifting things, decluttering, hoofing things out, bringing things in, and doing a general sort of creative makeover, sort of like a spring clean energy this one is. And now Saturn continues to remind you that certain groups and friendships have just passed their sell-by date, and so you're beginning to think very differently as you move out of that particular social set, and maybe you're at the stage of kind of casting around, looking to see where you belong now, or maybe where you'd like to belong now, and beginning to cultivate others. Maybe you're at the stage just a little bit before that, before you're actually coming into a new group of people who are very different, maybe, to the previous group. And, it's about gradual developing of bonding and connecting and with those. And because it's Saturn is likely to throw a spanner in the works. So because this area is not only about making friends and group connections, it's also about you making progress with a long-term dream or aspiration. Saturn is likely to slow things down because Saturn rules time. So Saturn tends to delay things, it slows things down. This is an area where you have to accept there won't be any instant solutions. So therefore, you must be patient and persevering in order to realize that dream, that long-term goal. And you must do that in this gradual, step-by-step manner, and just build inch by inch these new relationships with this new sort of social sort of circle, whether it's to do with your personal life or your professional life. Saturn, you see, is the builder planet, and will help you slowly to get something to take form, as long as you keep at it. This is an area where you've got to be the most organized, and the most patient, and manage your time well, be consistent, just let others get to know you. And Saturn likes structures, so you should be constructing firm foundations in this area. And the ultimate outcome, of course, at the end of the transit, which is in 2012, that you will be playing a very different role within a new social set. And also, that progress with that dream of yours will be achieved, or a heck of a lot closer than it is now. Now, there's going to be quite an important celestial event happening this month. Uranus moves out of Pisces, where it's been for 7 years, and moves into Aries, a fellow fire sign, making extremely positive aspects to you, Saggies, who are a fire sign. And it's going to be there for 7 years, but it's going to move very, 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 very slowly over those 7 years, obviously through Aries. So this, for you, means that you will be able to really have more access to fun, more creative environments which elicit that creativity from you, or which allow you to be more spontaneous, laid back, however you want to see it. But there's likely to be unconventional encounters. And some of you, there could be a sudden romantic attraction as well. And you may be going along, minding your own business, and somebody sort of suddenly claims, that that they've been watching you, and it's making this sound like it's somebody who's stalking you. I didn't mean that. Somebody who will proclaim their undying love for you. And of course, you've got to handle that in whatever way. But that's the kind of thing. I'm not predicting that, but that's the kind of way Uranian energy works. It's actually rules electricity, so it can mean that there's sudden shocks. Well, if it's in the area to do with romance, well, there you go. Put two and two together. But yeah, normally, it's not going to be working like that, although it can do. You never know your luck. So anyway, you early Sagittarians are going to be feeling this energy, those born in the first couple of days, or use with Saggy rising, the first couple of degrees, over March. So this spirit of change and innovation and stimulating love relationships, and definitely reinvigorating an ongoing love relationship that you're in, already, this is going to stimulate your free-spiritedness, and you're likely to feel, inspired at times, and with a more creatively liberated approach with your creativity or with creative projects. Now, Jupiter, your ruling planet, is also in the same sector. That's only up until mid-year, though. So for a lot less time, but wherever Jupiter goes, it expands things. So this is going to encourage your spontaneity. It's going to give you more access to entertaining activities, or those pursuits that you'd love to do if you had the time or the space or whatever it is, the right environment, that make you feel good. So this is a very nice transit for you, Sagittarius, and it can be very empowering. Your originality could come to the fore if you're working on an artistic kind of project, and others are very likely to appreciate your contribution. Also, you should be beating the drum a little bit, promote yourself a little bit, because that can also go down very well. And some of you may have more connection with the leisure industry, or with people who are just out to have a good time, who know how to party, as it were. And you're likely to feel bolder and more willing to take a chance. And this Jupiter transit is great for all love relationships, whether, they're new ones or already established ones, or with, children, family, and money-making schemes, speculative schemes. In general, expansion in your life could come through any of these areas over these next months. On the 20th to the 22nd, there could be an unexpected communication or encounter, which keeps you on your mental toes, gets your creative juices flowing maybe. Watch out for that space there. Could be like really accelerated event, energy and events there. Maybe only just a small section of that time there. It depends where your sun is in Sagittarius. But remember just to keep your feet on the ground and your options open. And from the 21st, you'll be in a lighter, more creative frame of mind all round, more in chance for appreciating your surroundings, at home with maybe the neighborhood or family, and having a lot more opportunity for enjoyment and entertaining activities, and that goes on into April. Well, that's it for March. If you know your rising sign, listen to that too. It'll put another slant on what I've said here, and I'll see you the next time.